Okay guys, on my own this day. Bob's got some odd jobs to do around the house. Have not been to this lake since last year. Been wanting to get here, but just haven't had the opportunity. So today I'm putting in a little bit of a north wind. Since Bob and I were out last Tuesday, this area has had over 7 inches of rain. So the water is definitely up. This lake is looking a little bit dingy here compared to some we've had have been pretty clear. This one's kind of dingy, so I'm going to start out with a chatterbait and we'll work our way around. Let's see what we come up with. There we go. There we go. First one. All right, first fish of the day, huh? There we go. Not a big one. We'll start. On the green worm. I'm also using a 1/8 ounce weighted hook for that. One thing I want to mention about that worm, I know we look for things in the water, sticks or shade or whatever. Sometimes you need to look at the bank and see if there's something that looks different in the bank, because what looks different in the bank will oftentimes carry down into the water and will also make a difference underwater. And that was the case there. There was a little bit of an indentation in the bank. That's where I threw to, and just out of ways from that, that's where he was. Oops, sorry Mama Duck. You got a nest there, I'll stay away. No, must just have been sitting there. In that case, I want to pick right by that stick. Little tap, tap, tap. I think that's a bluegill. One bluegill. Oh, it was a bass. But it was a little bass. I thought you were a little bluegill. Turned out you were a little bass. Yeah, you just tapped away at it like a bluegill did. That's a little one. Okay, we're gonna make a worm switch. Started out with the green pumpkin and that 10-inch worm, caught 2. Because of the murky water, I like to switch to the blue-black. And I've tried working the blue-black, and that 10-inch didn't do anything. About a week or so, Bob and I were fishing another lake. He was using a 10-inch, I was using a 6-inch. I was having a lot more success with the 6-inch. So on that same idea, I'm going to switch over to a 6-inch. I'm going to try to go with the dark, this is kind of a real dark purple color with some blue flake in it. Give me kind of a darker outline that I like with my blue-black. But the main thing is I'm going to run down to a 6-inch size to the 10-inch and see if that has any effect or not. Here we go. Oops, yeah, somebody touched that one right off the bat. That's all they did is touch it. Yep. There we go. For a minute I thought that might have been a bluegill, but turns out to be just a little bass, huh? There we go. Yeah, I thought you might have been a bluegill, buddy. Then again, you're not real big, so I can see why. There we go, number 3. All right, does this mean the switch to the blue-black was worked? I don't know. Or excuse me, the switch to from the 10-inch to the 6-inch is going to work? I'm not sure, but it's a fish. There's another one of those little digs way back in the bank. Might be something back in there. There we go, and there was. A small one, but seems like we're finding all the small ones today, huh? That's okay. I'll take fish. That's what Bob always says. I tend to agree, though I do like the big ones. There we go, another little one. Same situation as before we talked earlier. Nice little cut back in the bank. That's what you're looking for. Something that just gives him a little notch in the bank or something to hide in. Wonder if he's got a buddy in there, you think? Big brother? Let's see if we can get back up in there with the cast here. I gotta move the boat a little bit. We drifted out a little bit. It's close. I'd like to bend back about another 6-8 inches. More shot at it. There's a little bit of a spot on the other side. Maybe on that side of the notch, huh? Yep, there was one on the other side too. Alright. Well, you ain't his big brother, that's for dang sure. Might be his little sister. But there's one on each side. Well guys, I'm on my second time around the lake, getting ready to start, second trip around. First time down this side I went with that 10-inch green worm, caught a couple. I'm gonna stick with the 6-inch, that's picked me up a few. I do things a little differently than some guys do when I start a lake. I know a lot of guys like to, they're gonna move with a fast moving bait first, figure out where the fish are, this and that, and go from there. I'm doing real small lakes, so I figure the structure, what is there? There's a bank and that's about the extent of it. And I know because the lake is so small, I'm probably gonna go around it at least 2 times, if not 3. Get by the geese. But because I'm doing it that way, I like to go around with a worm the first time. Kind of the finesse, quiet, easy, run a worm through. Then when I'm done that, now I'm going to come back, I'll work the worm down here, but as soon as I get to my deeper water, now I'm going to start working crankbaits, chatterbaits, and work that along. Try to pick those fish up that maybe are sticking out just a little ways away from the bank. So that's the way I like to do them. A little backwards from some people, but I'm fishing real small lakes, so that's why I do it this way. All right, let's go around another time. First time. Worm. Maybe I should have brought a frog around here the second time, huh? Oh, he's there. Ah, you were just so little I couldn't tell. Yeah, you were so little I couldn't even tell you were there. On the bad part of the little bass, they feel like bluegill. Catching them Bob size. There we go. Yeah, Bob's gonna like that. Hey, he's not here to defend himself, so that's what he gets. Well, go along with the chatterbait. We've tried to. There we go. On a crankbait. Went with the square bill. They ain't getting any bigger though. So much for my theory, if we'd get out in deeper water, we'd catch bigger fish. But hey, it's still a fish, we'll take it, huh? There we go. Little one. All right, switched over to square bill. This is the XPS, it's Bass Pro Shops square bill. Should run about 5 feet deep. I'm sitting in 10 feet of water, so that's why we're running this one. Well guys, we're gonna call it good. Went around once, tried 2 or 3 other things. The worms seemed to pay it off. The 10-inch worm caught a couple, but the 6-inch worm, downsized a little bit, helped. Of course, it might help. We catch bigger fish, bigger worm might have worked too, you never know. Went around the second time, crankbait, chatterbait, odds and ends. Did pick up one of the crankbait, but that's all we could do, and he wasn't any bigger. So, but like I said, this lake's probably gone up 7 inches in the last week with all the rain we've had. Pretty dirty. It's usually not this dirty. I'm sure that has something to do with the rain. So, and the wind's still blowing out of the north. We were only in the 40s overnight, so cold fronts going through don't help, but still caught some fish. Had a good time. I guess that's all that counts. So, thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to our channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.